Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick video so that you guys make sure you understand number 19, 20, and 21. Number 19 we had gone over on the board, so I'm just going to go over it again really quick for you so that you remember how to do it. Since we're going from fraction to a percent, if you have your book open to page 192, you can follow along with me. Number 19 is 76 over 125. If we need to turn this fraction into a percent, which is what it says, we need to multiply it by 100. In order to multiply by 100, we need to take that whole number 100 and put it over 1 to make it a fraction. And then we just multiply across. So we have 76 times 100 is 7,600. Then we have 125 multiplied by 1, which is 125, and both of those can be reduced, and we need to make sure we have it in its simplest form now that we have turned it into a percent by multiplying it by 100, because that's what percent means, is per every 100. So I do know from my rules of divisibility that if I have a 5 at the end of a number and a 0, that they both are divisible by 5. So there is a bigger number, but just to use our rules of divisibility, we will divide it by 5, and it comes out to 1,520 over 25. And I can see by my rules of divisibility that 5 and 0 are on the end again. So I can actually simplify it even more by dividing by 5 again. And if I do that, it will come out to 304 over 5. What I notice about this is that it's an improper fraction. So I need to change it to a mixed number. And I do that by saying, how many times will 5 go into 304? Top dog in the house. Bring it down here. 5 goes into 30 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. With 0 as a remainder, but then I need to bring down my 4 I didn't use, and 5 will not go into 4. So remember, I've already done it here. We put a decimal place there to say that shows I'm about to add some zeros. So I put that decimal point there to hold that place that shows I'm about to add this 0. I add the 0, and I bring it down, and I can kind of ignore that decimal point until I need to bring it straight up to put into my answer. So 5 goes into 40. Sorry, I forgot to tell you that we were putting the 0 here because 5 does not go into 4 before we brought down our 0. So I have to put a 0 above the 4. Then I can bring down my 0. 5 goes into 48 times, and I can bring my decimal point straight up. And my answer is 60.8. But remember, on my problem up here, it says round your answer to the nearest whole number. So if I make this a whole number, everything on this side of the decimal is my whole parts. Everything on this side is my fraction of a part. So this 8 is going to bump that 0 up to a 1 because it's larger than 5, and 5 rounds the next number up to 1. So I would round that to 61 and put my percent there, and it would be a whole number of 61%. So hopefully that helps you guys to do number 20 and 21. All you have to do, remember, is take the fraction, multiply it by 100, and to turn that 100 into a fraction, you put it over 1. Then all you have to do is simplify it down to the smallest number that you can. If it's an improper fraction, you make it into a mixed number and round to the nearest whole number for your percent. So real quick, just so that you guys don't feel overwhelmed by 22, if you guys look at that in your book, I know this isn't very big, but that's what my camera will let me do. So open up your book to 192 and follow along so that you can see what numbers I'm pointing at here. But this is saying, can you please find the missing fraction and decimal? So here it's talking about percents, and we need to find the missing one. It actually doesn't have any missing ones for the percents, but it does say, can you find the missing fraction equivalent? So all we're doing is taking this percent here, which is 12.5, and we're going to find the fraction. So if we look up here, 13 through 18 was percents to a fraction. And if you remember, what we did there is we went ahead and turned our percent. You're welcome to do the multiplication here by putting it over 100 if you remember how we did 13, and you can actually look on your homework that you have right in front of you and look at how you did 13 through 18, because that is turning a percent into a fraction. So you start with these percents and just go ahead and put them into a fraction. Then the last one is, it says decimals. So you're going to take this percent that they already have and turn it into a decimal. And if you remember, when we have a percent into a decimal, all we do is take the percent and move our decimal place 2 places to the left, because that would be dividing by 100. There's 2 zeros in 100, so we move it 2 places, and because we're dividing, we move it 2 places to the left, so this would be 0.25, and you can walk through the rest on your own. Hopefully that helps you. You guys have a great night, and we will see you in class tomorrow.